Our true southern roots all the way up to the Midwest and everywhere in between, so y'all stay tuned. You ready to be too cool for school for a couple days? Dead.
He did.
You're watching Wallhanger TV. This portion is brought to you by Reconyx, the all-American made best trail camera on the market. See what you've been missing. Scent Killer Gold by Wildlife Research Center. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt. Redneck Blinds, the best hunting blind on the planet. Athlon, ridiculously good optics. Gator Tracks Boats, purpose-built boats for the extreme outdoors. Wallhanger Pedestals, customize your next trophy. Old South Dog Boxes, custom dog boxes, kennels, and trailers. Huntworth, top-notch gear at an affordable price. Yamaha, the all-new R-Max and their full lineup of ATVs, UTVs, and side-by-sides. Serious business. Backstrapping biscuits.
Dropping in Wallhanger, you know hunting runs through my blood. Whether it's setting decals for pintails or slaying airs of whitetail bucks, making homemade blind hunting gobblers, or snagging gator on 12-aught hooks. Glad to say the Lord made me this way to hunt for him down here in the woods.
Just a little sneak peek into a little part of our life. Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Wallhanger TV. It's opening weekend in Kentucky of deer season, and we're heading up trying to make good on it.
I'm really excited for opening weekend this year in Kentucky because 2 years in a row I've killed a velvet buck.
Go away.
What you doing there, girl?
Spraying my new boots down.
New boots, huh?
Yep. New boots.
New boots and new hunting season, huh?
Yep.
After all the hard work in the summer and putting in all those hours in the hot sun getting ready for deer season, I can't wait for opening weekend every year in Kentucky because you actually get to hunt and not work the whole time. You know, really anywhere you hunt, but especially in Kentucky in opening weekend, early season, it is always very warm outside. So scent control is very important. So we try to hang our clothes out, spray them good with our scent killer, let them dry. And then I even carry a bottle with me to the stand of the scent killer just because sometimes you're trying not to sweat, but sometimes it happens going to the stand. So I always carry some with me in the stand and just reapply again when I get in there.
No bones about it, soybeans is always good for deer. It brings them in, it gives them a lot of summer protein for their horns, but it also is a good food source early in the year. So that's what we're focusing on, what we're trying to capitalize on early while they're still hitting these beans and before they pull off into the oaks. One thing we depend on heavily is good trail cameras. So we run a Reconyx, we run it as a cell cam, and we run it with a solar panel. That way I do not have to worry about my batteries going dead. So through that intel, we've got 2 different bucks that is coming out. One's in the backfield where Dana's going to be going. She's going to get a crack at this buck and get a look at him. Where Caden and I are going, there's a nice 8-point there that, according to Reconyx cameras, have been in front of that redneck blind every single day.
I'm just going ahead and saying this. Some kind of buck is going down today. That's a fact.
This setup's pretty simple. We got a redneck blind posted downwind. It's a transition area. They hit this lane, they work their way in, out to the beans to feed. So because of that, they've been moving fairly early. There's been some rack bucks on their feet before dark, almost every evening on the Reconyx cameras. So they get ready for a good hunt. Here we go. First apple of the hunting season. First hunt of the season. Let's do this.
And this year we've actually got really lucky. There's a little cool front that came through. Most years it's 95 degrees with a south wind. We got the right wind, we got the right weather. The bad part is when you've got a lot of acreage that's open, full of beans, they can pop out anywhere, and obviously that can be out of bow range.
Alright, well, it's opening day of deer season in Kentucky. It's early season. I think it's September the 7th, I think. Weather is a lot different than it was last year when we were up here. I am hunting the same redneck blind that I hunted last year in the opener when I had that big deer in velvet that just got away from me between the camera and my bow. So back in the same spot this year. I think between the both of us this evening, with the right wind and the right weather, these deer are going to be on their feet, and hopefully one of us will get a shot this afternoon.
Now, this particular spot that I'm hunting, it's very hard to move once bucks or deer in general come out to that stand. I did have a really nice buck come out that was in velvet. I just decided not to shoot him.
Wallhanger TV is brought to you by Gator Tracks Boats, purpose-built boats for the extreme outdoors. With all welded construction, Gator Tracks has the toughest, most customizable boats on the market. Build it the way you want it for your needs. Gator Tracks Boats, purpose-built boats for the great outdoors. At Wallhanger TV, we depend heavily on good optics. From the swamps of South Louisiana to the plains out west, Afline gives us the quality scopes, rangefinders, and binoculars that we need to get the job done.
Well, we just saw a shooter in just a small buck. They were staying out there about 170 yards, and something spooked them, and I looked down, looked back up, and he was gone. So they ran that way. They might come back, but they might not.
You know, the deer that we had on the Reconyx cameras that I said I would shoot if he was still in velvet, he did come out in this hunt, but he had dropped his velvet. It is opening weekend, so I decided not to shoot him. You only get one tag in Kentucky, so I elected just to hold off and try to hunt for a better deer.
The shadows are getting longer, so that means the deer are getting closer.
Well, that day, of course, as soon as we got there, all the bucks were however many yards out in the field. If I would have had my gun, I would have done blasted them, but I mean, I kind of don't have that choice with a crossbow, so we're just kind of sitting there, just hoping they come in.
Well, we're coming back tomorrow evening, and we're gonna try to move our killing blind to the right spot and see if we can get those 4 shooters, at least one of them.
We see a bunch of bucks.
Yeah. Saw a lot of deer this evening, some small bucks, some borderline. Try it again tomorrow and see. We're just like, we're so close, but just not close enough. So beautiful evening though.
It's exciting and frustrating all at the same time. It's exciting because we just saw 4 shooters, I believe. And there's one particular tree, or not really a tree, it's kind of brushy, but a spot. If we'd have been there, we could have shot them all. It's going to be a long night, but tomorrow I believe we're going to try to get up on that tree line and push in a little closer to those deer. We're going to have similar conditions a little bit north. I don't expect them all to do the same thing, but if one of those bucks will do it, with Caden and that crossbow, I think we can reach out in that bean field. So the saga of deer season begins.
Lord have mercy.
You know, one common denominator for us when we are going on hunts, no matter where that is scent control. And one company that has just about anything you need, from help storing your clothes and your products to showering, spray, and everything in between, is Wildlife Research Center. So if you're looking for a way to up the odds in the field this year, check out Wildlife Research Center.
This portion of Wallhanger TV is brought to you by Showtime Dog Food, formulated by experts, proven in the field. The Wall family has owned and ran sporting dogs for generations. We know how important a good feed can be. It's the fuel to success. Go to midsouthfeeds.com.
Well, it's day 2, opening weekend in Kentucky. We're each going to different setups today after watching what all the big bucks did yesterday out in the soybeans. We elected this morning before lunch to go move a blind for Caden to get closer to where those bucks are coming out, and I'm going to a whole different spot in another field. So weather's still good. I think it's still going to be a good day, just trying to get in the right spot to catch these deer. So,
Are you ready, girl?
Mentioned earlier, working our way into this ghillie blind. Being pretty aggressive. We just moved it today. And we're going in to hunt it this evening, so wish us luck.
So we just got settled in the stand yesterday. All the big bucks were coming out like right over in this area somewhere, and they were just feeding right back and forth right here. And we saw 4 shooters yesterday, so hopefully one of them comes up today. I elected to move to a whole different blind. High hopes for this evening. This is our last hunt for this weekend, and then we have to head back home tomorrow, so we're gonna sit tight and praying. One of us, especially Kaden, gets one of those good bucks we've been having on camera and watched all evening yesterday, so we'll see.
So I said that we needed to move the blind to get on top of the bucks, and we got on top of the bucks, all right. And I just looked through a window, and there's just a deer staring at me, a big shooter buck, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, Dad, there's a deer. Get the camera. And I don't even have time to get on my gun because he's just looking at me like this. So I don't really have anything to do. I'm trying to be still, and before my dad could even get the camera on him, he was gone.
I know there's not a lot to show for this hunt because we were pinned down. Because anytime you move a blind or put a blind in a new spot, you stir up the dirt, you stir up the limbs and cutting and all that. It doesn't take much for a deer that's bedded close to know that something's not right. So we saw plenty of deer, and the good buck that we were after came out right before dark. He kind of glanced over, seen a little something. I don't know what happened, but it just kind of boogered enough to where here we are, opening weekend. We got aggressive, but it has not paid off yet. Well, you win some and lose some, and we definitely lost this one. We're gonna opening weekend is in the book, so the only good news is it's deer season. Bad news is we did a ton of work to lead up to opening weekend and just bombed on it, basically. We got the weather we wanted, we got the deer that we wanted, we got them moving before dark, and we just couldn't make it happen. So as easy as we make it seem on TV sometimes, it definitely doesn't always pan out that way. So the only good news is it's early September and it's a long deer season, so that's that many more experiences we get to have moving forward. And we still got some work to do, but now it's back to work and to school, and it's going to be a couple weeks before we make it back up here, so hopefully some of these bucks are still around, but we'll see.
They think I'm gone, but I'm going to come back. I got to do school or whatever I got to do. We'll be back.
Even though it is the close of opening weekend in Kentucky and we went home empty-handed, it was still a good trip. We got to hunt together as a family, we got to see a lot of deer, and just spend time together as a family. The good news is it is early season, and we still have the whole year to get tags filled.
When it comes to what apparel we choose at Wallhanger TV, it has to work. It's got to be rugged and last 12 months out of the year. That's why we trust Huntworth Apparel. Huntworth has quality apparel and gear for the entire family. When we get back home, we get back to work. We're busting projects out of the shop. It's still the tail end of the summer, but I cannot get these bucks and these soybeans out of my head. So I'm catching up on a little bit of work, and I'm jetting out solo to go try to chase one of these bucks down.
It's hot, it's like 85 degrees, which is about typical for this time of year, but the main reason we're here is not because of the temperature, it's because of the wind. The wind and the pressure turned out of the north. The pressure's gotten just a little higher today. It's one of them times I didn't show up and scout a lot. I just depended on the Reconic sales and just slipped in the stand as soon as I got here.
Man, just too little too late. You know, these bucks are just too far. Like Caden said, if we had a rifle, that'd be another buck tagged out. Really good deer, just too far. So I'm actually making a swap. I got a buddy of mine, Smiley, gonna come run a camera, which is Will Taylor to those that don't know who Smiley is. We're fixing to get aggressive, and we're fixing to put some meat in the freezer. Hey, nowadays we have a habit, and it is nice to be high-tech rednecks, but when it comes to bow hunting in the purest form of bow hunting, it is really cool. We went and checked the corner of this bean field, found a lot of fresh sign where deer are coming out. We're jumping in a briar patch just downwind, no blind, just basically standing in the weeds, trying to ambush a deer to get a deer on the ground.
We slid back in this bean field. We're in this corner, literally in the corner. About the only place we could find with some shade. When we got here, we actually had a little yearling out in the beans feeding. She just fed off in the edge of the woods. Yeah, we're absolutely expecting to see some deer funnel out here before dark. Now we're deer hunting this evening, so if I can get a doe out in front of us in range, I'm going to shoot her. Or if we can get a good buck in range, we're going to shoot him. It's kind of first come, first serve, you know?
Well, you heard me right. The first deer that gets out here that gives me a good shot, I'm bringing some meat back home to Louisiana. It's been a long summer, and we are due some fresh deer meat. It's always nice to kill a deer, but it's really nice when you drop them in the field. It is more fun when Dana and Caden's here when we kill one, but what are you gonna do?
Daddy.
What's up, girl? Well, we finally got a Kentucky deer down.
Ruby's probably happy, huh?
Yeah, somebody's gonna be really happy. She fell in the field. We saw her go down, but we're gonna go let her track her anyway.
Yeah.
She rode all the way up here. We gotta let her track it. There's no substitute for being out in the field and tracking a deer. So anytime you can, even on a simple kill, I always suggest letting them track. Come on. Good girl. Good deer, Ruby. Good deer. Good deer. Good girl, Ruby. Good girl. Come here. We got her. She is a big old horse-headed doe. It's been a long summer, and I'm just excited to be behind the first deer of the year. We get some fresh meat for our family and get to use all of our equipment and make a good shot, put her down quickly, let the dog get a track. It's just what deer season is all about, so we get to go back and enjoy camp life and stuff tonight, and that's the beauty of bow hunting like this evening. You have an idea, you do a little scouting, you go in, you set a place up, sometimes in a matter of a couple hours. Like today, we just jumped in the bushes, basically. It's definitely a blessing. Blessed to be a hunter, blessed to have a place to hunt, and we sure have had a lucky trip this evening. You know, we're already hitting the ground running. We got our first kill of the year, and anytime with a bow, when you take an animal with a bow, it's almost a religious experience. So if anybody that doesn't bow hunt, I encourage you to pick a bow up, start shooting, go to your local pro shop, ask your friends, get involved. It's something that'll change your outlook and change the way that you hunt. We are super excited that deer season is up and rolling, and we'll be right back next week chasing some big bucks.
That's it for Wallhanger TV. I hope I see y'all next week.
And y'all don't forget to check us out on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly on YouTube. You can check out some new content and some stuff that's never been released before. God bless y'all. We'll see you next week. You're watching Wallhanger TV. This portion is brought to you by Reconyx, the all-American made best trail camera on the market. See what you've been missing. Scent Killer Gold by Wildlife Research Center. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt. Redneck Blinds, the best hunting blind on the planet. Athlon, ridiculously good optics. Gator Tracks Boats, purpose-built boats for the extreme outdoors. Wallhanger Pedestals, customize your next trophy. Old South Dog Boxes, custom dog boxes, kennels, and trailers. Huntworth, top-notch gear at an affordable price. Yamaha, the all-new R-Max and their full lineup of ATVs, UTVs, and side-by-sides.